Traditionally, students face a type of traditional assessment where the parameters were established by the teacher without taking into account academic and professional criteria. Quantitative grades are assigned without clear criteria that justify them.
It focuses more on errors than on achievements. It doesn't have into account the participation of the students or their needs, and that generate that the assessment became a way of generating stress and anxiety to the students.
Hello, I'm Juan Quiñones.
Hello, I am Gabriela, and so today we are in La Gran Colombia University.
And today we are going to do some interviews to students, one from Tadeo University and another from here, La Gran Colombia University.
Let's go! Buenos días, hoy nos encontramos con un invitado muy especial. Por favor, ¿te puedes presentar?
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es David Alape Londoño. Actualmente estudio Ingeniería Industrial en la Universidad Jorge Tadeo Lozano y hago parte del proyecto curricular Ingeniería Industrial.
Bueno, la primera pregunta es ¿cómo tú te sientes cuando tú estás siendo evaluado?
¿Cómo me siento? Actualmente el hecho de que me hagan una evaluación depende del profesor. Por ejemplo, con el profesor de inglés, cuando él va a hacer una evaluación, no es sumativa. O sea, la evaluación es más que todo para evaluar cómo hemos avanzado a través del tiempo, cómo hemos mejorado, cómo hemos adquirido nuevos conocimientos. Y pues se me hace una excelente manera de evaluación por parte del profesor. Con respecto a los otros, que en mi caso, como es una ingeniería, los de cálculo, los de álgebra, sí genera una breve tensión, una presión, porque ya el hecho de saber que nos van a evaluar con una nota sumativa, pues uno ya se bloquea. Uno cree que le va a ir mal, uno puede ser muy teso en el tema, uno se las puede saber todas, pero esa presión hace que uno cometa errores pequeños y puede que por eso le vaya mal.
Muy bien, señor David. Ahora me gustaría saber qué tipo de evaluaciones cree usted que está aplicando su universidad, en este caso la Universidad Tadeo.
Como te venía diciendo, en la Tadeo pues actualmente depende del profesor y los tipos de evaluaciones pues es la sumativa y la formativa, que como su nombre lo indica, la sumativa pues se evalúa con un número que es de 1 a 5, siendo la nota mínima 3, y la formativa es evaluar ese proceso a través del tiempo y cómo hemos mejorado los estudiantes con respecto a los temas, a los conocimientos.
Good morning. Today I have a good interview with. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, my name is Nelcy Arguello. I'm 19 years old and I study modern language at the University La Gran Colombia.
So today I have some questions about the assessment. So the first is, how do you feel when you are assessed or evaluated?
Well, in some cases I feel nervous. On different assessments. Um when I present the final exams, I feel pressure and it's more difficult.
So, what kind of assessment do you have in that case at the university?
Well, in the university, well, when I start the semester, the teacher, um, I, well, he are the diagnostic, and in other cases, well, in during the semester, we practicing writing, reading, speaking, and well, in the final semester, we present the final exams. In the we improve our skills.
Okay, do you consider that have an assessment it's important in your learning process and why?
Yes, well, in some cases, uh, with the pressure and with the feelings, is difficult. But I consider that if I present different assessment and evaluations, we can improve my skills because if I receive a grade, and in some cases is well, in some cases is bad, I improve in different situation or skills.
Now we are going to move to my school, the school where I graduated some years ago.
And we are going to do some interviews, one to English teacher and one to the coordinator.
So let's do this. Okay, we are here with Juan Alexis, the coordinator of Marcos y Molinos College. So, Juan, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Juan. Thank you very much. Yes, I am Juan Alexis Muñoz Beltran. I am the academic coordinator of this school. This is a public school from the Secretaría de Educación, and I have been working here for the last 22 years. So it's a pleasure for me to share with you some experiences I have about the educative process.
What do you think about your students know about the assessment process or what they think?
I consider they prefer an assessment process where they participate, where their needs and experiences are taken into account by the teachers, and those processes that led them to working team to develop their own abilities and to develop their personal processes.
Okay, and take into account that, what do you think can improve to the assessment process?
Well, I think that maybe the assessment process must be designed from the real experiences of the students, because sometimes teachers try to apply what they think is the best for the students, but the teachers don't ask students what their interests are, what their objectives are. So I think it's important for the teachers and for this process that the teachers make agreements with the students about this process, because this way I consider it would be successful.
Okay, and you as coordinator, are you doing something right now to change the assessment process?
Yes, of course, because year by year we are modifying our evaluation system process. And for example, this year we're improvement, new methodologies and new didactic processes. We are taking into account the thinking fields. So we're trying to work in an integrated way the different knowledge areas. I mean, students and teachers are designing projects and designing exercises where they combined mathematics, Spanish, English, sciences, in order to show the students that the knowledge is not a group of areas, but it's a whole thing. And the assessment process should help the process to be developed.
Okay, hello. We are with Oscar, a teacher of this school, Marcos y Molinos. So, Oscar, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hello, my name is Oscar Abella. I am an English language teacher. I currently studying a doctoral program in education with emphasis with ELT emphasis, and I've been working here for about 12 years now. And this year I'm working with one 6th grade group and 11th grade.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask you some questions about the assessment process. So, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first, what do you think about your students think about the assessment process?
I think that it depends on which assessment process you ask them for, because unfortunately, although there are some documents, that said how we are supposed to, to have these evaluation processes here in the school, not all the teachers do the same thing. So I think that it depends, and it changes from teacher to teacher, So I would say that if you ask them about, particularly in my class, they're gonna say that it is easy to get, like a 3.0 or higher. Because, well, at least in my class, my class or my evaluation process is not focused on the number, but in some other processes, not only on memorizing things, but there are many elements that I take into consideration to give a note, if you call that the evaluation. And I'm saying this because I'm pretty sure that students are gonna connect the concept of assessment or evaluation with the number. So I think that it would change from class to class depending on who you're talking or what class you are referring to.
Okay, and take into account that, do you think that we can improve in the assessment process as a future teacher?
Yeah, I think that today's teachers can improve, or we can improve, and we should improve every year, every month, every week our assessment processes, because they are not easy, and we should not take that for granted. We should not think like it is just assigning a number and that's it. But there are many elements that change every day. So that's and that's actually one of my biggest concerns as teacher, because sometimes I think that by trying to implement the type of evaluations that I implement, maybe I'm leaving some things behind, or maybe I'm leaving some things out, like outside the process. I mean, it's difficult for me. It's the most difficult thing that I have to do as teacher. So we should be thinking about that all the time, every day, every class.
After seeing the interviews, we can notice that the assessment has not advanced enough, but there have been some changes, which provide us with more alternatives for the students where the evaluation becomes possibilities to strengthen and consolidate learning, as well as the achievement of goals or purposes in the classroom.
Because assessment for learning is appropriate in all situations and helps identify next steps to build on the success and strength, as well as to correct weaknesses of our students cannot be eliminated, but we must create a new concept of it that has the same objective but doesn't generate the same pressure.
We have to generate a change. And for that reason, I asked you, teacher in training, are you already thinking about the change that you will generate? Or will you keep the traditional?